Hey guys, it's Erin Hinojosa here. Today I'm going to do article summary 2, which is about a news article that we could find that had an anti-union slant. I actually found it harder to find an article for this summary than I did for the one that had a pro-union slant, partly because after doing a little bit of research, I found out that a lot of newspapers and companies like that, they're unionized. So, whether you mean to or not, I think if you work for a company that is pro-labor and you're part of a union yourself, you're probably going to write with slight bias toward that rather than remain entirely neutral. It's probably difficult to remain that neutral all the time. However, I did find an article that had what I found to have a anti-union slant. It's an article called How Amazon Crushed Labor Unions, How Amazon Crushed the Union Movement by Vern Kopitoff from 2014. It covers one specific case of Amazon employees trying to unionize in Delaware with the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers. In the end, Amazon won. They did not have enough votes to unionize. Amazon ended up, the employees voted 21-6 against becoming a union. Amazon, in the article, Kopitoff states that Amazon employed a large law firm who fights against organized labor. They would have employee meetings where managers was, just talk about unions in a negative light, trying to persuade employees to vote against becoming a union, and it appeared to have worked. Amazon, as of 2014, never had any employees unionized. They've done that in multiple ways, though, to be honest. One way was they had, there was a group that tried to unionize a call center, and it was about 400, 500 employees, and Amazon just closed the call center. So, who knows, before the vote could happen, so who knows what would have happened otherwise. The reason that I thought the article did have a bias was it did a pretty good job overall of covering both the union side, those who wanted the union, and the Amazon spokespeople and employees who didn't want the union. However, there was a slant at the end. They in the article, Kopitoff ends the article by talking to a econ professor who says that, among other things, part of the issue with Amazon unionizing was it would be a burden for them because it would be harder for them to fire employees, and it would make it more difficult. It would reduce their profit margins, which this professor claimed were essentially thin already, razor thin. What they don't point out is that Jeff Bezos, the owner and CEO of Amazon, is right now the richest man in the world, and his salary was $1.7 million last year, and that's pretty low compared to other CEOs, but it was still 59 times what the median employee of Amazon made last year, which was about $28,000 a year, which is actually less than the U.S. median, which is $31,000 a year. So, the profit margins might be thin for Amazon right now, but their owner and CEO is the richest man in the world, and I think if he wanted to show some value to his employees, he could pay them a little bit more or offer different and better compensation packages, things like that. I don't think that a union, as the article stated, would be a burden necessarily, as much of just different priorities. I think it would be a way to prioritize your employees and show some appreciation for them and deal with them directly, and you would be able to avoid unionizing. Employees at Amazon probably want to become part of a union for a reason. They feel like maybe they're not being represented and appreciated. And to act like the burden is on Amazon, where their employer is the richest man in the world, seems a little bit, to me, biased toward non-unionizing. And that's why I chose that article. I hope you guys have a good night and enjoy the rest of the semester. Goodbye.